Hello everyone, we're back again with another session, another topic, and another field. So over here, I have Dave with me, and he has his channel Grow with Dave. So we'll talk about BCIT today. So I would actually like him to give his own introduction.
All right. Thanks, Laveena, for having me here. Hi, everyone. My name is Divanshu. I am in Canada right now. I'm working as a software developer at a financial institution where we build financial products for Canadians. And I'm excited for this talk.
Yeah, so let's ask him first. So the first question, since the topic of this whole interview is about BCIT. So what is BCIT?
All right. So BCIT stands for British Columbia Institute of Technology. If you compare it to the universities or colleges that we have in India, it's basically a polytechnic university. It's very different from like any normal college or a normal university because there's more pressure put on the practical part of stuff rather than on the theory part. You do get taught theory as well, but you have to do more practical work. So by that, I mean, you're going to have tons of group projects, tons of course load, but it's going to be worth it at the end of the day. So BCIT, like it has technology in it, but it has courses from all. Yeah.
Okay. So how has your experience with BCIT been till now? And you said application based. So could you give us an example, like what application based? Is it the way जैसे हम इंडिया में रट्टा मार के पेपर देते हैं, or how is it?
No, so that is very different here. My experience at BCIT has been amazing so far. Like after I graduated last year, by the way, in June. So experience बहुत ही अच्छा था. Like first semester में, of course, it was tough for me because मैं grade 12 से आ रहा था इंडिया से. So I was in that mindset of रट्टा वाला कि basically रट्टा मार के we can pass, but वो यहाँ पर नहीं चलेगा. यहाँ पर बाय एप्लीकेशन और प्रैक्टिकल पार्ट आई मीन कि जैसे आपका सुबह 8 बजे लेक्चर होएगा एक घंटे का, तो उसी बाद 10 बजे आपकी एक लैब होएगी जो उस लेक्चर को अप्लाई करा रहा है. सो अगर मैंने कोई कोडिंग कॉन्सेप्ट सीखा है 8 बजे, तो मैं उसको 10 बजे लिटरली कोड कर रहा हूँ. सो दैट रीइंफोर्सेस दैट कॉन्सेप्ट इन माई माइंड, और फिर उसको भूलना इज लेस डिफिकल्ट. एंड ऑफ कोर्स एग्जाम्स यहाँ पर भी रिटन ही थे, बट एग्जाम्स की जो वेटेज है वो कम है. दे पुट मोर वेट ऑन लैब्स, प्रोजेक्ट्स. सो इवन इफ यू डोंट डू वेल इन एग्जाम्स, अगर आप रट्टे में नहीं अच्छे हो, तो you can still pass.
Okay, so since you spoke about coding, in fact, मेरा भी खुद का interest है थोड़ा सा coding में because I've done Java back in school. So coding में, did you develop your own apps or do you get projects like these?
Yeah, we did tons of projects. Like we had group projects, and then I did some side projects as well. So my journey with software development started with Java itself, but Java was like, as you must also know, it's like very syntax heavy language. So I switched I had to do Java at school, and then I had to do C++ at school, but for my side projects, I used to like Python because it's easier there's no syntax problems there, and also like web development stuff. So we did build a few web applications, we did build a few servers. So it was all part of the group projects that we did there.
So you're the guy to hold when we need to build a web page, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay. So since you spoke about like a cutoff mark in your 12th grade, so what is that cutoff mark, or what is that path towards BCIT?
All right. So BCIT has different courses, right? So for my program specifically, which is called Computer Systems Technology, CST, the cutoff was like, I think it's considered a bit too high. They on their website itself, they say that the admission for this particular program is very competitive. So I think if I talk about my grades in grade 12, I got like 98 in math and 99 in English. So I was just like, I got lucky maybe that I was at that. So I got in, but I've heard stories where people did get rejections based on their grade 12 marks. So if you're planning to come to BCIT and you want to get into CST, so you have to take care of 2 grades, mathematics and English. Just those 2, nothing else matters. No chemistry, no physics. I mean, you do well in those as well, but they don't matter for the admission. And then, of course, IELTS. So what
Yeah.
happens at this course or at BCIT in general is they prefer domestic students first, and then they have like a small quota for international students because it's like a government college kind of thing. So they would prefer domestic first and then international. So if I talk about international students in my class, there were like only 20 or 30 out of 150, which is
Okay,
very
so
low as compared to
yeah.
other colleges in Canada. Yeah.
So there's a lot of, I mean, there's just like 1 or 2% chance for international students to get in. Is that what you're saying?
For this particular course, I don't know about the exact percentage, but I would say if you're confident and you're doing well in your grade 12, go for it, apply. It won't hurt, right? But always
Okay.
have a fallback plan. Don't just apply for one course in one college.
Okay. So how many years did it take you to go through BCIT and all the courses and everything?
Yeah, sure. So BCIT, the program I did was 2 years long, and it got extended to 2 years, 8 months because I did 8 months of internship. So that comes into the part of my education. And about the cost, I think each semester, so there were total 4 semesters with summer off. So each semester cost me like 10,500 Canadian dollars.
Okay.
So total would be like 40 to $50,000. And then co-op part also has like a nominal fee as well.
Okay. So now since you've graduated and you're out of BCIT, I'm sure you miss those days, as we say. But what's your plan now? What after BCIT?
Like in terms of education or career?
Yeah, in terms of education, or can you work after BCIT, or what's the scenario of staying in Canada after you graduate?
Okay. Yeah. So that's a very good point. BCIT, the 2 year program, can actually get you a 3 year of work permit. So you can get a 3 year work permit and you can work in Canada for those 3 years. And I think usually how it works is in those 3 years, you apply for your permanent residency, then you get the permanent residency. But let's imagine the worst case scenario that it's been 3 years since you graduated and you did not get PR. So you can get that work permit extended as well. So there's like two paths right now in terms of career. In terms of education, I feel like the field that I am in, software development, it's all self-learning, trying to just build projects on your side. For example, now we have AI like haunting us, so
I'm completely new to all of this, but yes, of course, talking to you, I think I can build my knowledge on it.
Yeah. Have you heard about like the ChatGPT saga that's going on?
No, I haven't. I completely haven't.
I see. Yeah, I'll introduce you to that. It's like an AI-based search engine. You know how you search on Google right now? You get links, and then you have to choose between which link you want to go to. How ChatGPT works is you can ask it anything, and it will just give you an answer. Like if I ask him, give me a recipe to cook pasta, it will just give me a recipe, not give me 100 links.
Okay, so it's like particular choice. Is that how it works?
Yeah, that's how it works. It gives you the answer exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as we spoke about job opportunities, so after you graduate from BCIT, are there placements like when we go back to India and see the whole system that runs down for engineering, you get placements. So are you getting placements here, or do you have to sit and fetch for the jobs?
No, it's very different. There's no campus placements here. Like in India, I know the culture is that companies come to colleges to actually recruit people, but that's not the case here. There's like, I would categorize this in two ways. Number one is you have to do your job hunt. It's all on you. There are resources that are available to you, like resume building, how to connect, how to network, those kind of workshops. But at the end of the day, it's all you who's applying, who's hustling day and night to just make that CV and all that. It's you at the end of the day. No one is going to talk to you. Secondly, there's career fairs. We have career fairs where people come to your college to introduce you to their companies. It's very different to what happens in India. In India, companies come to recruit people, but here companies come to introduce students to their company. So if students are interested, they can probably like apply later, but not on the spot. Like there's no job on spot kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay. So what are the visa situations in Canada? Because from the past few years, I think I've been like in touch with people who are trying to go to Canada and they wait for 3 to 4 months and then they get a rejection and again apply. So what's the visa situation right now?
So I have heard recently that people are getting a lot more rejections for study visa. And I've watched a few videos why that is happening. And the main reason why that is happening is because there's something wrong in the visa application. Like the things don't match up. You have to write something called SOP, like why are you coming to Canada to study? Maybe a few people mess up on that. And third, I think Canada might be restricting a few people to come to Canada. But overall, like I think I'm not the perfect person to answer this, but I feel like people are still getting visas. It just depends upon your visa application, I feel like, and what kind of background you have in India.
Okay. So as we spoke about getting into BCIT, CV is one thing that's important in every field or in every career. So how did you build your CV, or what's that factor or an X factor that the university or BCIT is looking towards while choosing international students? How do you strengthen your CV?
So strengthen my CV to get into BCIT, or strengthen
Yeah,
my
to get into BCIT.
So I won't lie, I got it done from a counselor. I did not do my visa processes for BCIT. But if you are willing to take that challenge, you can do it. It's not hard. You realize after you land in Canada how simple the process is. But it's just like you are a bit ignorant in India, like because of the atmosphere there, right? Everyone is going to counselors. So if there's nothing wrong in going to counselors. If it's easy, right? You just give them your
Yeah.
documents, they do everything. So there's nothing wrong in that. And I got that done. So they've made everything. So
Okay, so
yeah,
that's a good
all
thing.
you need to do is get good grades in grade 12. That's all.
Yeah, that is one thing that's surely in our hands. Okay, so how is it living in Canada? I mean, what is the environment like? What are the rental situations? How do you manage your food and all of that? And how's the lifestyle?
Oh, it has been a journey figuring all of this out. Like coming right after grade 12, you are in a very supported environment where everything is being done for you. You have not done anything. But when you come to Canada, it's a shock. Everything changes. You have to do all the chores that you were not doing in India by yourself. You have to cook your own food. You have to like commute on yourself by bus. If you're used to cars and Activas in India, you have to. That's also a different thing here. And of
Yeah.
course, the weather change as well. So how my journey progressed was I first came to British Columbia, Vancouver, right? So Vancouver is like a little bit similar to my hometown weather, like Amritsar. I would say it's not as hot as Amritsar, and it's not as cold as Amritsar as well, or it gets a little bit colder than Amritsar, I would say. So it was the right balance of the weather that I saw in Vancouver. So it did not give me any. I did not have any weather shocks that, oh my God, where am I? But recently I moved to Calgary, and Calgary is like very cold. It goes up to -40 here. That's what I thought when I was moving, but it's been a different like opinion after I moved here, because it's always sunny here. It's always like breezy and it's warm winds. So
Mm.
I would say you do have that difference in the weather from India, of course, but you can adapt it easily. It won't be a problem if you're layering up right, if you're wearing right clothes in the winter, so you will be fine. And for food, there's a lot of tiffin services going on here. There's a lot of people from India who come here and start their own tiffin service, so you can just get those tiffin services and your food problem is solved. Yeah.
Okay. So you've started off your journey on YouTube, on Instagram. So how has that been for you? I mean, what struck in your mind that you should actually come out to people and probably educate them about this?
I had been thinking about my own YouTube channel for a while now. I just never got around starting it. Um, it was basically my idea with this YouTube channel has always been and will always be about helping people. like providing value from my experience, and that safe space where we all can grow together kind of thing. Like I don't have hundreds of years of experience that I can dump on people. I'm also trying to grow, trying to learn things. And I just wanted to share all those learning experiences and my past experiences with people who are trying to come to Canada or in Canada, or just trying to grow in different aspects of their life. That's my goal. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would actually like to ask about the rental situations in Canada, about like getting a house, or when you enter into BCIT, do you live in hostel? What's the scenario?
Yeah, so rentals. When you come to Canada, it is a bit, it's like an unknown foreign land for you, because if you don't know anyone, it's like how will you find a place, right? So how I got lucky. I knew I had an uncle here. I lived at his place for a few weeks, and then I searched for a place during that time. But if you don't know anyone, there's no need to worry. You can get an Airbnb booked for like 10 to 15 days, and it always can be extended. And when you get that Airbnb, you can come and you can hunt for houses. So how can you look for houses is you can use Facebook Marketplace. You can use Kijiji, and then I think Facebook Marketplace would be the best place to look for if you're looking for shared. If you're looking for your own apartment, one bedroom, then there's rentfaster.ca. There's a bunch of websites out there. But the main point is, when people come to Canada, the first few days when they don't know someone, that's when they get a bit confused. Like, how will they handle that? There's no need to worry about that. You can get an Airbnb. That's the easiest option.
Okay, so as students, not really graduates, but as students, we are definitely studying, and also we want enjoyment in our lives. Yeah. So how is Canada with respect to that? I mean, how is it view-wise, scenery-wise, or just sort of, you can go out with your friends and hang out, meet new people? How's the lifestyle that way?
That way, the lifestyle is beautiful. Canada is like very beautiful in terms of nature. If you're an outgoing person and an adventurous person, you like to hike, you like to do a bunch of outdoor activities, Canada is like a good place for you, because there's a lot of natural like stuff around here. And in terms of friends, when you come to Canada, you're new, everyone is new around you. So it does take time to build those relationships with those friends. But once you have built those, it's very easy to like kind of lean on them, and then have fun with them. Also, even if you're not an outgoing person or like an outdoorsy guy, you can still have fun, because we have a lot of indoor activities as well, like clubs, rec rooms, and all that. So yeah, there's a balance of everything here.
Okay, so we've almost covered everything, but obviously we didn't talk about the fee structure that the BCIT, the fee that is required for a person or a student. So could you explain a little about how much you've spent, or how much a student has to spend?
All right. The fee structure is, first you have to pay for the application fee, which I think ranges from $100 to $150. Not sure about the exact number there, but it should range around that. And then when you get accepted, there is like the semester fees, basically. So there are 4 semesters in my course for in the span of 2 years, and each semester cost me $10,500, and so 4 years would be like around 45,000 or 45 to 50,000 if you add in miscellaneous costs. And then if you are getting that internship, there's like $1,000 fees for that internship program. So add that as well. So around, I would say 45 to 50,000 for my program, at least. Universities is way higher.
Okay. So do you think, or are you satisfied with the fact that as a Punjabi Munda, you've gotten into Canada and fulfilled your destination?
That was my destiny, right?
Absolutely. No chance there. So any last few words or any information to the audiences about BCIT or about getting into Canada? And also please tell them about your YouTube channel.
All right. Yeah, sure. So yeah, I'll go down. So first point, coming to Canada. If you've been planning to come to Canada, don't think about it. You have to of course, you have to think about a lot of things financially and, all those, your background. That's your decision to make. But if you're confused about which college to go to, what course to pursue, there's a lot of videos out there. You can go to the course website or college website and look for those particular courses. Attend those info sessions. Every college has info sessions, and you don't need to be in person to attend those. They are remote. So just register and attend those if you have any questions. And about my YouTube channel, it's the name is Grow with Dev. It's basically about my journey and how I'm growing and how I can share those experiences with you. Like, for example, recently I just started my book club. It's called Between the Lines. It's basically where I read books and give summary to you guys, because as an international student or an international person in Canada, you don't have that much time to read books because you're managing a lot of things. So maybe you can get some value from that short video. And of course, there's a lot of content that I've planned as well. So stay tuned, I guess.
Yeah, surely go check his channel out for sure. So I think that's the end of this session. And thank you, guys. Thank you, Dev, for sharing the information with us. So I'll catch you guys back again with yet another guest, another field, and another knowledgeable session. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Bye.